How y'all feeling about that? We had a very spirited conversation in the office on yesterday about how people felt about what's going on in the judicial system with Sean Puffy Combs. But if you have some opinions that you want to share about it, please by all means give us a call at 504-582-9422. Um, Myself, the GM, along with Dom, one of our sales team managers, and another Zoe, we had a conversation about the situation that Sean Combs is facing, and whether or not he should be granted bail. And then we went far deep into some of the accusations that he's also facing. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I am not pushed to advocate for uh, Sean Combs. I do think that he should get his day in court. I do think that he is, um, by law, innocent until proven guilty. However, I am not uh, compelled to lend my voice in his support. I hope that he is well. I hope that his children will be well. With either way this case may turn, but I am not pushed to throw my support behind Sean Puffy Combs. It is unfortunate that we even have to be in a position to have to discuss this with him or discuss him about what's going on. But um, there have been a trail of events that makes me less compelled to grant him support, even with him being a black man. And with that logic that we have to support our black people and support our people who are black, we also need to throw with that same logic, throw your support behind Kamala Harris. It looks like my producer may have something to say about that. What you got on that, Jared? No, can you hear me? Oh, okay, good. Yeah. No, like how you feeling? Or what are your thoughts on this case so far? Given that constitutionally every man is innocent until proven guilty, but based on the information that has been released, what are your thoughts?
If he wasn't guilty, then he shouldn't have been fleeing how he did.
You said if he wasn't guilty, he what?
He wouldn't have been fleeing.
I don't. He didn't flee. I mean, he came back here. He came
He
back to
came
New
back.
York to turn himself in. So
Or they
that
just picked him up earlier.
they picked him up early, but I don't think he was fleeing. I mean, he had every opportunity to
Mm.
leave. I don't think that he ran. But I do know that when they picked him up,
It took a while.
hmm?
It took a while though.
No, they had pink powder in his hotel room,
Okay.
and pink powder is for people who use drugs. It's like ketamine and ecstasy mix. That's not a good. That's not a good indication of maybe you didn't do it. I know when we've had black men be accused of things in the past, it has been he didn't do it, and I know when Bill Cosby was accused of date rape and drugging people, I was loudly saying he didn't do it. I don't say that anymore, right? And then with R. Kelly, I was curious as to why people weren't outraged about him having sex with a child. Um, but I was bothered by people not being outraged by the fact that he got off with that. But like with now we down to Puffy is like the evidence that has been released, and of course it is his defense attorney's responsibility to make sure that they are able to create reasonable doubt. But with what's out, it's not compelling me to say, "Oh yeah, they gonna he didn't do it. He
No, there's too
didn't
much evidence now.
he didn't do it." I'm not saying that he did it for sure, but it's not looking good. I say that much. Um, with the information and the evidence that's been collected, let's go just back to last year when the case or when the lawsuit was filed by Cassie, um, she detailed all of the incidents that took place from her recounting, because of course that's her side of the story. And he paid her or settled the account in less than 24 hours. That does not mean he's guilty, but as a person who has been accused of many things, and a person who has I've been sued, I think once, over something, let's say a car accident. I'm going to show you that I didn't do it. I'm not going to settle or just pay you if I didn't do it. And even though like going to court is a pain in the behind, uh, if I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Then in addition to him settling the case with Cassie, which again, just because he settled it does not mean he is guilty, but he did settle. Neither of them are supposed to discuss the case. He offered an apology after the case had been settled, only when a tape or recording was released of him being seen kicking, throwing things, and pretty much beating her up in a hallway. That doesn't make me or compel me to lean into, oh, I'm gonna stand beside him. Absolutely not. What I'm looking at with regard to his behavior is not looking good, but he is innocent until proven guilty. But even further along, there have been many other people who have come out, and of course, that recent $100 million lawsuit that the claimant was granted because Puffy didn't even show up to court. Uh, I think that may be a frivolous lawsuit, but I can't necessarily say that that was not something that took place there either. But um, I wasn't there. I wasn't in participation when all of this took place. But based on the information that has been presented, it ain't looking good. What you got on that, Naira?
I don't want to make it seem like I don't listen to you, but you see, I'm running around with it like my chicken cut off right now. But you said proven until guilty,
Innocent until proven
innocent
guilty.
until
Uh
proven
huh.
guilty. As far as Puffy,
Uh huh.
man, I just see the lady, this dude drag the lady down this hotel, bro. You don't put this man in jail.
But is it just like did he do it?
What?
Did he do all the things that he's been accused of?
I don't care. I don't care.
If he didn't do it,
Evil.
if he didn't do it, then we don't know if he did it or not.
I would. Why? I'm about to turn this camera. Y'all can see my face. I'm giving that like
We don't
please
know if he
face.
did all the things, because like he's been hit with RICO charge. He's been hit with sex trafficking.
Do
Like,
we know Bill Cosby hit all them women?
I don't know if he had sex with all of those women, but I know where there's smoke, there's fire,
Well,
and he admitted it.
well.
And but he admitted it. Puffy has maintained that he's innocent. He said that when the case was presented against him with Cassie, he said he was innocent. And in the cases that came behind it, he said he was innocent until he apologized after the video came out. I mean, tell me what you're thinking.
I really don't, cause he been like me. Look, this is a personal thing,
Mm-hmm.
cause I'm a Pac and Biggie fan. I feel like he had something to do with that. So
That's conspiracy.
yeah,
Mm.
all this was conspiracy until we see him drag that lady
Well, I'm
through
not
that
saying that
hotel
he's
room
not guilty
and hotel hallway.
of domestic abuse. Like, we know at least of one account
Right,
that's been proven that he did it. But all the things that are stated in the
Omar from the wire.
I'm not even. I'm
I
not
said
even.
Puffy probably killed Omar from the wire. He
But I'm
probably
saying,
did.
like, conspiracy things that you can't prove. I'm not gonna lean into. For sure, one thing we know right in this moment, we have seen where he had a domestic scenario with Cassie that has been proven.
Ooh,
All
you
of
a
the
lawyer.
rest of the things,
You a lawyer. They need you.
can we say he did it?
He need you in court.
But I'm
He need a
but
believer.
I'm definitely, again, I am not I am not compelled to say, give him bail, give him bail. I'm not moved to say
Mm.
any of that. Anyway, y'all, we're going to take this break. Stay tuned to the front porch right here on WBOK, 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Trying to grow your business or increase traffic to your location? We can help. WBOK 1230 AM has a number of solutions that will meet your individual needs. Give one of our consultants a call today at 504-582-9420 or email us at info@wbok1230.com. And remember, an investment with WBOK is an investment in our community. Call today.
Good morning and happy Thursday. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU, and here's a look at what's making headlines today. Tyrell Morris, the former Orleans Parish 911 call center director, will be back in court today for a motion hearing. Morris faces multiple charges, including the altering of public records and malfeasance in office. Today's hearing is expected to lay out more evidence and potentially give us an idea of who will testify in the case. That hearing is scheduled for 9 a.m. Then a New Orleans businessman accused in a 2019 art fraud scheme at Magnolia Mansion is set to be sentenced at 10 a.m. Fawad Zeton pleaded guilty to wire fraud. Court documents allege he worked with a New Orleans police officer to file a false report with his homeowner's insurance, claiming valuable paintings were taken from his home, but that artwork was never stolen and later found at Zeton's bed and breakfast in the Lower Garden District. Today, the New Orleans City Council is set to discuss funding the Sewerage and Water Board's new West Power Complex. It is one of the city's top infrastructure priorities because it could help reduce the number of boil water advisories and street flooding events in New Orleans. And finally, NOLA Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Avis Williams is set to deliver her State of the District address this afternoon. We're told she will outline the district's strategic plan going forward as well as progress made during last school year. Her remarks are happening at 3:30 p.m. And that's today's headlines. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU. Have a great day.
Discover the Leah Chase School, NOLA Public Schools' first new direct-run traditional public school in nearly 2 decades. We offer excellence in math, science, English, and social studies, focusing on unlocking every child's potential. Every scholar receives a personal device, regular assessments, clear family communication, as well as transportation services in a nurturing, arts-inclusive environment. Secure your child's K through 5th grade slot today. Apply at enrollnolaps.com and embark upon a unique educational journey. WBOK is pleased to announce the reboot of Crosstown Conversations with host Gene Nathan, a heightened focus on cultural entertainment events and the creatives who present them. The new time is now Saturday at noon. Tune into the stories of our exploding creative scene with Gene Nathan on Crosstown Conversations.
Every day, the RTA gets thousands of New Orleanians where they need to be. Whether you're headed downtown, the Ninth Ward, or Algiers, our buses, ferries, and iconic streetcars are going your way. Rolling with the RTA is a smart way to help you save money and the environment. Download the La Pass app today to plan your ride, get real-time arrival information, or make mobile payments. Because the RTA is how New Orleans rolls.
A message from the community scientist. Do you live or work in St. James, St. John, St. Charles, Ascension, Calcasieu, Baton Rouge, or St. Bernard parishes? If so, it's important for you to understand objective information about 1,3-butadiene, volatile organic compounds, methane, and mercury, and how they impact your health and the natural environment. The Community Scientist is a service program of Rise St. James. Learn more at risestjames.org.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 12:30 a.m. on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 12:30 a.m. You're on the front porch with WBOK 12:30 a.m.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass are both Jared and Nyron on this Travel Thursday. Where are we going? That was our second song of the show, and hope you all are listening to the musical clues that are taking us on this journey on this Travel Thursday. Uh, you all are always funny in the comments. Josh says that Pop Puffy probably killed Kim Porter, Biggie, Black Rob, Tupac, Omar from The Wire. He got JR from Dallas shot, and Ricky from Boys in the Hood killed. Hilarious. And Sherman Bunch says, take that. Y'all are always wilding. But according to our resident JD, Cam says the feds confiscated much video, etc., coupled with witnesses who saw, experienced alleged things. And Josh said, word on the streets is Puffy has hired Dionne Warwick and her psychic friends to do a seance to talk to Johnny Cochran's spirit to get out of this. Well, again, according to the law, you are innocent until proven guilty, but I am not compelled or persuaded based on the information and the evidence that has been alleged and or shown as evidence, things that have been confiscated, that I am moved to say that he did not do it. But again, according to law, he is innocent until proven guilty. 504-582-9422. Good morning, Josh.
No, this ain't Josh. You got GI right
Oh, GI. Good morning, GI. How you?
I'm doing well, Kimber. How
Good.
are you today?
I'm doing well.
I've been trying to call all week. I've been having problems with my phone lines. I couldn't call in earlier this week.
Were the phones ringing here? Because we got calls all week.
Trivia Tuesday. I think it was on my end.
Oh, okay.
I tried several different phones and I couldn't get through.
Okay. Well, you have some commentary about what's going on with the phone was broken Tuesday? Oh, okay. So then maybe Tuesday, maybe that was it.
I'm traveling.
Okay. So you have something to weigh in with regard to what's going on in the news with Puffy?
Man, let him sit down and take his lick.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Okay. Well, after they prove him guilty. After proven guilty, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, take your list.
Okay. Well, I guess you're calling for this Travel Thursday. You got an idea of where we're traveling this Thursday?
Yeah, let's go to Japan.
Are we going to Japan? Not Japan. What is that? Swing and miss? Oh, okay, yeah. Not quite. Not quite. But of course, you're welcome to call back because it is not Tribute Tuesday. It's Travel Thursday.
Travel Thursday.
Yes, but you are more than welcome to give us a call back.
All right. Well, I'm still traveling with you.
All righty. Thank you. Thanks for calling. So yeah, we had yesterday. We had a very, very lengthy conversation about Puff not getting bail, and then he was denied a second time. He was denied a second time, and there have been instances again where I have been like, I'm gonna stick beside him. In this particular case, I am not moved to do so. Don't talk about it over there. Come on over here and let the people know what you think. Don't talk about it over there with them. But yeah, I do know that in the judicial system that black men and black people in general are penalized more heavily than their white counterparts, which I do not think is fair. Let me start off by saying that. However, I didn't know that with the things that have been collected with regards to evidence, that they were going to find AR-15s with serial numbers scraped off of the guns, which is a crime in and of itself. And I don't know what would be or what was the cause for the judge to keep him in custody. But I this is not one of the causes and cases that I'm getting behind, saying like free Puffy, based on the one incident that we know that has been confirmed. And again, as Cam said, the feds confiscated much video, et cetera, coupled with witnesses who saw and or experienced alleged things. All of this, again, alleged, but there have been some things that have actually been confirmed, and it's just not painting a good picture for me to say, oh, he didn't do it. But by law, he is innocent until proven guilty. 504-582-9422. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Garrett, Myron, how y'all doing?
Doing well. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm doing better than Sean Combs. I'll say that.
Yeah,
what
you
I
are
don't
doing better than Sean Combs. But
I don't understand
what's your
is how
idea?
you
What is your idea? Because again, innocent until proven guilty. I'm not saying he did it, but I am saying it don't look good.
I want to know what is his physics on carrying an AR-15 with all that baby oil on his hands. You're not going to shoot nobody that you want to shoot, sir. Don't go slip out your hand. You go shoot innocent people. That's why he should be in prison for that alone. And where's Farnsworth Bentley? I know he got that dude pregnant. I know Farnsworth Bentley had to take a morning after pill after dealing with Puffy in the early 2000s. Where's Farnsworth and his umbrella? And what was happening underneath the umbrella? Now it was raining. So these are the questions I got. These are important questions to me. I don't know what nobody else want to know. I just want to know where Farnsworth Bentley at. So, man, Puffy did some. Man, listen.
That he did it.
I got to look into a lot of things that Puffy been accused of now, as he may have done it. He tried to kill LB Show.
Oh, Lord.
LB Show shook out of that. He's trying to kill LB Show.
That's conspiracy.
I don't care. You got to do it now.
That's conspiracy. Like, it's not looking good based on the things that they have retrieved from his house.
We got Andre Harrell killed.
Oh, God.
Dude. We got to check on Jodeci. He may have killed Heavy D. Oh, if he killed Heavy D, I'm going to
all
court
the hip-hop,
myself.
Josh? Dang.
Oh, that's all Uptown Records. That's where he used to work at. You don't know he got some bitterness from that? He got fired from them folks.
That's way too much. You're giving him way too much.
No, you're not giving him enough.
No, this is the thing, right? So, in our conversation yesterday, I said, you know, when it was like, man, they holding him in jail because he's black. And it was like, no, they holding him in jail because they have a lot of evidence against him. And I would go as far as to say, had they not retrieved those AR-15s with the serial numbers scraped off, he might have had a chance of getting out. Because even 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil, one person is not going to use all of that.
You need to go to jail for that too. Like, this
but
is more
one person is not going to use all of that. However,
I want to know what he.
This is what I do have. This is what does like give me pause. If you were not doing this, using this all yourself, you may have been providing opportunities for other people to use that, which does not bode well and make you look. It makes you look bad. It does not, but it doesn't still doesn't prove that you did it.
How you able to stay on top of each other with all that baby all on y'all? Y'all can't want to stay on top of each other to do what you need to do. All that baby all on y'all. Y'all slipping all over each other. Oh, I know it's stinking there, boy. Ooh,
boy, Josh. All right, Josh. Where we traveling today?
Oh, I ain't gonna hit the songs.
You just weighing in on the topic.
I went straight to Puffy Court Day. I ain't even go to nowhere else. I drove straight to Puffy Court Day. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I ain't hit the song.
Well, we got a little time, because right now since they have had the second bond hearing, his lawyer may push for a speedy trial, which means we may see him.
I don't know if y'all want to see that Puffy. That Puffy gonna be head full of gray hair. He can't get to no more Beijing. It's gonna be a terrible looking Puffy. Oh, you gonna look like Sherman Hemsley.
No.
If not Sherman Hemsley, you gonna look like Carl Winslow.
That
Hey,
no.
y'all ain't gonna see that puffin.
That's a reach. I don't think he's gonna be like that.
Okay, wait till you see them court pictures of him, all that stress in that gray hair. Well, like one of Fred's friends, Bubba.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, thank you for weighing in and keep listening to the songs. Good morning, Uncle Gerlin.
Hey.
You've been giggling down.
I'm just listening at y'all. Yeah.
Giggling down.
Y'all puffed out.
Listen.
Y'all puffed out, man. Puff got y'all.
Well, what's big in the news right now? Election, bigotry, racism on full display. Because we never did talk about the guy who said the word that sounds with trigger on live TV. I
told y'all that was coming. Why?
Or Puff. Like the two different things, those are the biggest news.
Yes.
Those are the biggest pieces of news that are entertaining right now. Bread and circuses.
Here we go.
Yes, bread and circuses.
It's different. It's entertaining for some. I know.
Yeah.
Once you got arrested, there's nothing new. You're in jail. And okay. Yeah. That's exactly what you're in jail. And that's a wrap. Because until there's no evidence, because evidence only comes in the trial. It's just stuff that they picked up, stuff that'll be used, items that'll be used as evidence in the trial. Whatever they got, the pictures, the people, the testimony, you're going to find out about it. I know y'all in a hurry. Microwave society, I'm hungry, I want it now.
I don't know if that's it so much. I think that, I went back to Bill Cosby being accused of drugging and raping women, right? He admitted to that. And he should not have gone to jail because he had signed, they had come up with an agreement. So based on that agreement, based on the law, he shouldn't have gone to jail, but he admitted it. He did it. But I was one of the people who's like, oh, no, he wasn't doing that, right? Because of my perception and the things that I had seen him do.
Right, because you don't know him.
Right.
Because you don't know him.
Then my favorite, Michael Tyler, the first time it was like, huh? And the situation, the circumstance behind it was like, don't do that no more. Because I can't say yeah or nay, you did. I wasn't invested enough because of what I knew of him. But the second and third time, this is a pattern, sir. And you got a problem. Now, whether you did it or not, or whether it can be proven that you did it or not, it don't look good. It does not look good that you have been convicted of it now for twice and on and possibly a third time. With the situation with Sean Combs, though, we didn't get all this lead-in information as we did with the two other people. You found out after they had been accused and possibly arrested. In this particular case, we've been getting little snippets of pieces before he got arrested. And based on the information, it doesn't look good. Did he do it? That hasn't been proven yet. Or he hasn't been convicted. But the circumstances around it, they don't look good.
Yeah. But
for
the
him.
only thing that counts is whether or not you can prove it.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that counts is whether or not. We saw Rodney King. So, we saw Rodney King. And other people saw Rodney King and say, nope. It's just, I'm cynical I'm cynical on a lot of things, but I'm very cynical when it comes to the court system. Very cynical when it comes to the court system. And all the rest of it is theater. For me. That, again, I don't do your thing. But for me, all the rest of it is theater. You're in jail. It don't get no more realer than that, cousin. And ain't nothing going to change about that until and unless somebody lets you out. Doesn't look like that might happen. But you never know because the court system, money talks. Money talks, right? And when you look at the disparities in what's happening, you got a Supreme Court justice that's been accused by multiple women of sexual inappropriateness and sexual behavior and rape and all that kind of stuff.
And the justification for people, particularly black people, who supported him in that. Well, he's a black man who is going to be our second
No, I
Supreme
wasn't
Court
talking about that guy. I wasn't talking
justice.
about that guy. I was talking about Kavanaugh. I wasn't talking about the
Oh,
black dude.
What
I
I'm
wasn't
talking,
I was
but I'm
about the
talking,
white
I'm
dude.
talking about the black dude because we're talking about black men this morning.
I wasn't though. That's what I'm saying. I was talking about the way that it was. That's why I said it. The perception, the way it happens. You've got this whole thing that is happening, and you've got a Supreme Court justice right now. Well, the one I'm talking about is Kavanaugh.
Okay.
The one I'm talking about is Kavanaugh, who has been accused by several women of sexual misconduct.
No, it's been confirmed because he confirmed that he did it.
Several people, and he sits on the Supreme Court. And he sits on the Supreme Court. So when I say that my cynicism concerning the system is based on the things that have happened, I see. I don't try to say that he's guilty or innocent. I don't know. But I know that if you in jail, you're going to be there for a while. It don't matter. But you got to go to jail first. Some don't even go. Some don't go to trial.
Correct.
Some don't even get the you can do it right in everybody's face and never go. Some get the accusation and go.
Mm-hmm.
Some, like you say, Bill Cosby made a deal, cut it. New dude came in. No, dude, send him to jail. And everybody said, okay, cool. Now, you're right. He said he did it. I always say, he said, once he said he did it, done deal.
Yep.
Once he said he did it, done deal. The rest of it is, now you start to see, oh, why do you come? He said he did it, but you cut a deal with him, and then you turn right back around and you say, oh, now we're going to use this, because that was the new dude that tried to make a name for himself using those things. Now, was that right? No. Would he have done that to Trump?
No.
I don't know he wasn't. But that's what I'm saying. My cynicism when it comes to this system precludes me from being too invested in anything we see on the front end, because the media is part and parcel. It all goes together. They hook up with each other. And when you want to get a message disseminated, the few heads get together, talk how we going to send this, and it goes out. And that's what you see. And by the same token, when you got something that you don't want to be disseminated, you have that same conversation to the opposite. And you never heard anything else about the Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh. Except that he voted against.
Right.
Kavanaugh, voted for Roe versus Wade after saying that he wouldn't.
And also with Clarence Thomas. Anita Hill tried to tell us the things that he had done, and we ignored it. And for people who are like, we got to support him because of black men, we've been supporting people because they was black for a minute. And now what I have definitely had enough egg on my face of saying, oh, they wouldn't have done it, is that, no, you could have done it and also been able to accomplish some wonderful things, but you still can be a horrible person at the same time.
That's very easy. I've never given. I got that from my pa. I don't give you nothing because you're black, and I don't put nothing on you because you're white. I'm going to take you how you come.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take you how you come, because you could be rotten in so many different shades, on so many different levels. But the whole blanket of it, no, we're not going to do that. But, we can keep getting puffed out. It's all good. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about?
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to take this quick break, and we're going to see you on the other side of it.
This is your news update for WBOK 1230 AM from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Mostly sunny skies with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. There is a small chance for afternoon showers, but the majority of us will stay dry. We'll continue our mostly dry weather leading into Friday and the weekend, with highs staying into the upper 80s and the low 90s. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top.
Hey,
with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Greetings, WBOK family. This is Jason Clark, host of United Way and You. Be sure to tune in next Thursday at 12 p.m. when we'll be speaking with Melanie Richardson, co-founder and executive director of Training Grounds, a United Way funded partner. The topic will be the We Play, We Connect Family Resource Hub. Please tune in if you're able. Until then, we only have one life to live, so live united.
New Orleans, what's happening? I go by the name of Charlemagne the God, and I'm just letting y'all know that on September 20th, I will be at Xavier University, okay? Xavier University, Convocation Center from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. We're talking about my new book, Get Honest and Die. Up your calendars, tell your friends, tell your cousins. Come to the NOLA Love Rally on September 20th, Xavier University, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Convocation Center, okay? That's a Friday. Be there.
RSVP now at inspirenolaschools.org.
Join the conversation September 20th with Calvin Luster from Home Bank during the Good Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. Don't miss Calvin Luster from Home Bank live on the Good Morning Show September 20th at 8:30 a.m.
Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Every Friday at noon on WBOK.
New Orleans Burlesque is back. The Red Light District, located on the second floor of your New Orleans headquarters by Nice Guys, presents a captivating, international, award-winning burlesque experience that will leave you breathless. Indulge in the sounds of our Grammy Award-winning quartet and exceptional food pairings each and every Saturday. To purchase tickets, visit Eventbrite.com, and remember, what happens in the Red Light District stays in the Red Light District.
WBOK is pleased to announce the reboot of Crosstown Conversations with host Gene Nathan, a heightened focus on cultural entertainment events and the creators who present them. The new time is now Saturday at noon. Tune into the stories of our exploding creative scene with Gene Nathan on Crosstown Conversations.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM. Welcome back, y'all. It's Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Braylon Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass, bringing it to you right here, y'all. On this Travel Thursday, has the music give you your clues yet? Do you know where we going? 504-582-9422 is the number. Let us know what's going on with that. We would sure like to hear from you if you got an idea of where we're headed. Yep, and it's not to the federal courthouse. Not yet. Not yet. Not
My
yet.
goodness.
But
Yeah,
that is
no,
coming.
it's been something to see all of this. We needed another story. I'm burned out of watching the new things that people are saying with regard to the race.
What did you hear about the unearthed document that John David wrote, deriding and knocking the
John
party?
David Bowman?
No. JD.
Yeah, his
What
first
then he
last
changed
name
his
was
grandmother, uncle. I don't. That guy.
Mm-hmm.
That guy.
Mhm.
The second coming of the congressman who had the backyard.
In eyeliner.
Yeah, in eyeliner. He's gone
Mhm.
too. He's gone too. But he wrote a treatise on the Republican Party
in 2018 or 2019, something like that. And it was an academic undertaking.
Okay.
Almost kind of like the 1619 Project, but I digress. But he wrote this thing about the Republican Party and where they were going. And it is an excoriating inside track of how he saw that party, how he saw Trump, how he saw the inherent racism that was at the core of the MAGA movement. His words, not mine. And he tried to have it deleted. He spoke to his professor, and he called his professor, and he said, Professor, say, bro, look, look, do your boy a solid, you heard me? The thing I wrote, I know I got an A on it. I know it was heavy. But could you 86 that?
Can you
And guess
control,
what?
alt, delete that?
Professor said, okay.
Okay. But
everything that you think is deleted ain't quite deleted.
No.
And a simple search, I was watching the cat who unearthed it, and he said it really wasn't that difficult because he wasn't J.D. Vance then.
He was Bowman.
He was somebody different. And when he did a search, he said, I literally did a search of his name and 3 pieces of writing that were attributed to him popped up, including this one, in its entirety. So we can talk about that too. Because I thought that was very interesting. But it's not getting a whole lot of press for whatever reason.
Well.
Things that make you say, but just remember where you heard it.
You heard it
first.
here.
That's right. That's right. We got company.
We do.
Kimber?
Yes, we do.
We have joining us Jamal McNeely, the CEO of Inspire Charter Schools, and Pastor Jonathan Everett is joining us to talk about the NOLA Love Rally, which is going on tomorrow right here on the campus of Xavier University. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Front Porch.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure. Thank you all. I know it's busy right now in your regular lives. You got a lot to do, but right now you're juggling all the balls that go along with the NOLA Love Rally. So I know you're busy, and we surely want to thank you for taking the time out and coming and speaking with us. Tell the folks a little bit about what's going to be going on tomorrow and what is this whole NOLA Love Rally all about?
Well, this is an excellent day for our city of New Orleans. It's our second installment of NOLA Love for this month. First installment was Bishop T.D. Jakes. The second one is with Charlamagne the God, Ricky Smiley. And it's going to be the largest to this date. We're going to have roughly around 4,500 students at Xavier talking about love, inspiration, advocacy. Brother Charlamagne will be talking about why we need to have meaningful conversations as well as providing important insight to our youth. And me and Pastor Everett cannot tell you how excited we are just to have this powerful speaker come salute our students and talk to our students. And it will be a wonderful day of inspiration and motivation for the youth of New Orleans as we try to make sure not only they know, but the city of New Orleans understand that our youth deserve to be loved.
That's right.
And they will be the next leaders of our city.
That's right.
Absolutely. So how much involvement do the students have in the idea or the inception of putting on this rally that is for them? How much input do the students get to have with the planning?
Great question. So our student leaders came together this summer with a week-long training, and they actually planned out the rallies. They planned out the speakers as a organization. It's just been me, Pastor Everett, and some partners trying to organize these rallies on their behalf and actually be the funding source behind the rallies. But it's student-driven. Our students will be participating. We got students throughout the city of New Orleans who are really active, who are really engaged, and really will be the leaders of these rallies to empower themselves. And as adults, we're standing out of their way and just supporting them.
Absolutely. That's wonderful to know that the kids are getting a voice in what's being presented and also having a voice in putting this rally together. And what is expected? Like, what are the outcomes that are expected as a result of this rally?
Well, Pastor Evans, you want to take that one?
Yeah, man. The ultimate result that we're pushing for is for those kids our kids, let me say that, to be empowered and our kids to be uplifted positively and to have them to focus in the area that a lot of them really probably not focusing on and some of the social disparities that we're seeing within our city. And so to culminate this particular moment and this collaboration between Rock of Ages and Inspire NOLA is to depict to our kids that it's not a one organizational problem, it's not a one person problem, it's not a one political party problem, but it's all of our problems. And if we come together in unity, then we all can fight it head on and fight it together.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that.
We can do great things if everybody does their part. Not a lot of people feel overwhelmed with so much of the things that need to be done. But if everybody finds out what they're good at and everybody puts their hand in, the heavy lifting can become light. So we see
And
the
I would even add this, and I'm sorry
No,
that
you're fine.
we're not seeing this around the country. And I think, Mr. McNeely, I think this is something important to highlight that we are one of the first cities to really, the line is thin, the line is blurred between church and education and different systems, but to find meaningful collaboration in our similarities and finding that educational is important, but also their social life is just as important. So, to see this happening in our city on this scale, Bishop Jakes was amazed. He pointed out that this was one of the most important engagements he had all year. And I can just only imagine what's going to happen tomorrow with over 4,500 students in the community coming together and seeing those things happening. It's not happening everywhere. So we are privileged as a city not only to be culture barriers, but also to be so creative to really start a united front across our country.
Listen, Pastor Jonathan Everett and Jamal McNeely, the CEO of Inspire NOLA Charter Schools. We're talking about the NOLA Love Rally. Gentlemen, I need you guys to hold on if you could. We got to take this quick break, and we may have a special guest that's going to join y'all when we come back on the other side, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to see y'all on the other side of the break.
From the campus of Xavier University. WBOK 1230 AM. Go. An Equity Media Station.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. About 20 people have been killed and hundreds are injured in Lebanon from exploding walkie-talkies. The attacks came a day after at least a dozen people in Lebanon were killed by exploding pagers belonging to Hezbollah. In Illinois, African-American Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says he will veto an ordinance that will keep ShotSpotter in place. The Chicago City Council voted 33-14 yesterday to give the head of the city's Office of Public Safety Administration the right to extend the existing contract of the gun detection technology. The West Coast Teamsters are breaking with the national chapter and are endorsing Democrat Kamala Harris for president. Wednesday's announcement came shortly after the national Teamsters leadership declined to endorse a candidate this year. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
Celebrating hardworking teachers of New Orleans Public Schools is what we do best. Join New Schools for New Orleans, Allstate, Sugar Bowl, and Integer New Orleans in recognizing and celebrating the Teachers of the Year at our 3rd annual New Orleans Excellence in Teaching Awards Gala. If you want to check out the awardees in the schools where they teach at, please visit noeta, noeta.org. You can also purchase tickets to the gala via the website too. Let's send these teachers some love for all the hard work they do with our students.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Braylon Brian Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Brother Nair and Brother Jared's on the other side of the glass, bringing it to you right here. Y'all, on this Travel Thursday, as we continue our broadcast, and we're going right back to continue our discussion about the NOLA Love Student Rally happening tomorrow. We are joined by Jamal McNeely and Pastor Jonathan Everett, who are talking about this very fine event that is going on tomorrow. And we have been joined by another individual who is going to be a big part of this. Welcome to the Front Porch, Charlemagne the God. What's going on, sir? How are you?
Well, how are y'all? You know, I love me a front porch. I grew up in the country, Moncks Corner, South Carolina, so I love sitting on a good front porch.
Man, let me tell you something. If you the next time you come down to New Orleans, cuz you're going to have to come sit on our front porch, because I tell you, there ain't nothing like it. The whole idea of front porches is where this whole thing that we call a community started. Am I right? That's where we started at, man. Yes, sir.
Man, to this day, when I go home to Moncks Corner, I go to my grandmother's house. My grandmother, you know, she's no longer with us. She transitioned back in 2005. But I still go to my grandmother's house because her house is still there. And I just go sit on the porch. Because
she there,
to your point, exactly what you said.
Listen, she's still there. Right, Charlemagne, she's still there. That's why you go sit there, talk with her, feel. I understand, brother. Trust me. I understand clearly.
More than you know.
Yes, sir.
So welcome to the Front Porch. You are not a stranger to New Orleans. I've heard you on your show speak about when you come down to New Orleans and what it is that you enjoy about New Orleans. But tomorrow you'll be talking to students, over 4,000 students here, and speaking to them about love. And you have been speaking about love, and lately with your new book, you've been speaking about transparency. What is it called? About
get honest or die lying.
Yes.
While small talk sucks.
Yes. So get honest or die lying. Love is a really important, but also being able to be transparent and share truth in love, I think, should also be a topic of conversation. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be sharing with the students based on your experiences?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not an expert at anything. That's what I tell folks all the time, because I'm not. But I do have some experiences. I was born in 1978. I'm 46 years old, and I feel like everything truly happened in my life for a reason. I don't feel like anything was wasted. And you know, I feel like, you know, the reason that, you know, every single moment, if you accept every single moment as something that happened for you and not something that happened to you, it gives you a very powerful testimony, and you're able to tell that to other people and hope that it helps them in some way.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I have noticed the shift in your language over the years. Not necessarily investing, not that you have no emotions, but investing some thought and then also processing feelings. That's another thing that needs to be discussed with kids as well, because many of them don't know what to do with their feelings. The emotion hits and they just move on it.
Well, I think I agree. I think a lot of that has to do with social media nowadays, because I feel like people don't even look at each other as human anymore. We look at each other as just, you know, numbers. We look at each other as just content, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody feels like they're in their own little reality show, and we're all just, you know, everybody else is just extras in our reality show. And you can't look at it like that. You got to look at life like, man, everybody is a star. God put everybody here, you know, to play a part. Like literally our whole existence is based on how we choose to treat each other every day. I could walk out, you know, I'm in the studio right now. I could walk out this studio right now, and it could be one person having a bad day who decides to ruin it for everybody by doing something heinous. So, you know, we all got to start treating each other like humans, and not just treat each other like we're just content. Like I'm not an extra in your story. I'm a star in your story because God put me here. You're a star in my story because God put you here, and that's just how I carry it with people.
That's a beautiful thing, man. We end the show every day by asking folks to practice random acts of kindness. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be a much better world. What do you expect to see tomorrow in front of 4,000 young New Orleanian students, man? Tell me if you're ready for that, because it's gonna be an interesting day.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything, because you know I don't have I don't have any expectations except for to show up and be the best version of myself. And I'm really just looking forward to building with all those young minds, right? All those young brothers and sisters, that's going to be there. I'm looking forward to this coming to New Orleans, man. New Orleans is a city that has such a beautiful spirit, man, such a beautiful black spirit there.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not expecting anything. I'm just going to be open to whatever the moment brings.
I love it, man. Now, Pastor McNeely, you were talking earlier about that nexus between the social part and the spiritual part and how all that's going to come together. Are you expecting the spirit to be in the house tomorrow?
Brother Banks, I got to
man.
thank Brother Charlemagne for something extremely important. We're probably the first city that has had Bishop Jakes 2 weeks ago and Brother Charlemagne this week.
Yes, sir.
To educate our students, to motivate our students, and empower our students. Our students put this program together. Not only will we have speakers, our students also will be receiving books to actually read more into the opinions and the insights. And I think the only thing that we have to get right, and I know Brother Charlemagne is going to laugh at this one, he's a Cowboy fan. So I hope when we present him on stage with some Saints gear, as we try to cross him over based on what just happened, like we're going to motivate him, we're going to salute him, we're going to inspire him, and present him with some Saints gear to cross him over to make sure he understands that New Orleans supports him and the Saints is the team to go with this year, actually what happened last week.
We're not going to hold that against that, brother. Charlemagne,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all busted us up so bad.
Oh yeah, we saw it.
That I said I would never say this publicly. I literally said to my two brothers, I said, "Man, we are terrible. We are terrible this year."
Well, listen,
that's that self-reflection.
I got nothing else to
that's
tell
the
you.
self-reflection that if more people would just do that,
you know how delusional us Cowboys fans are. You know how delusional us Cowboys fans are.
I do know. I've met several of you all, but I will tell you, sir, I was about to ask you to reconsider learning that information to Charlemagne the demigod.
Okay,
but
well,
since
listen.
you have come to that conclusion by yourself with your brothers, that, my brother, is respect. That's respect. So you keep the God, man. I respect that.
Brother Bank, you know this. In New Orleans, we believe in jazz funerals.
Yes.
So we will have the second line band as we present the Saints gear to put the Cowboys to rest from this dear force. So,
and it's all love. It's all love, Charlemagne. But you're going to feel the love, man. You're going to feel the love. Trust me when I tell you. All of this, Jamal McNeely, will be happening tomorrow, yes?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow at Xavier University, over 4,500 New Orleans students will be engaged, inspired, motivated, along with Pastor Everett, to just salute them, to show them love, to be ready to have some conversations that are high-level conversations. And most important, I got to state this. There's not a lot of cities putting together where you have speakers and we are having the books to give to students.
Yes.
Where it's just in this month alone in September, roughly 10,000 students alone. And we're going to continue this effort. We're going to have motivational speakers and have books in their hands, ready to go, ready to learn more about these speakers and their opinions and their thoughts.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
So
I can't wait.
In the spirit of being in New Orleans, the most African city in the United States, be ready to be transformed and be ready to transform some lives, because once the spirit hits, there's no denying it. So I'm hoping that the children, and well, I don't want to call them all children, the students will be in reflective spaces and ready to challenge some of their own mindsets that they are in right now. Not so that they can win individually, so that they can have an impact, a winning impact on the communities around them. Any closing thoughts, fellas, before we go on to our next question?
And I know it's the RSVP, gentlemen. How do folks find out if they want to come? I know you have to RSVP. Is it sold out, or you still have space?
At this point, it's completely sold out. This is a free event to the community. It's a free event for students. All limited access has been taken, not only by students, but communities and individuals are engaged. They're extremely excited. Our students planned a wonderful event, and we're ready to show the nation what students can do when they're activated, what students can do when they're energized, and just what it looks like when we're cultivating intellectual minds to do great things.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Can I say
Tomorrow,
this, Pastor Everett? I do want to take this moment and just say, big ups to Inspire NOLA and Mr. Jamar McNeely.
Yes.
The more and more, I pastor a church, man. How those lines are very thin and blurred. To have the guts, I tell people you can have gifts, but you got to have guts.
Amen.
Too. But to have the courage and the guts to go out there and say it, that this collaboration won't just be between educational system and the political system or any other system, but to say this collaboration is going to be between a school system and a church, that is big. And to see this happening in our city and to have the community coming together and everybody talking about it in the city of New Orleans, I just want to give a big ups from Pastor Everett Rockavaters to Inspire NOLA, Mr. Jamar McNeely. We cannot wait to host Charlemagne tomorrow.
this I think is going to be beautiful.
I can't wait to see y'all.
Well, and I will tell you that, gentlemen, we really appreciate you. We know you're very busy on all three counts. We know you got a lot of work to do. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Front Porch. And you have an open invitation to come back. You too, Charlemagne. We're going to show you how front porches are in New Orleans, man. So the next time you're in the city, please stop on by. You're welcome.
And
all
you
right?
won't get lost because we are also on the campus of Xavier University.
New Orleans, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, y'all. Charlemagne the God, Jamar McNeely, Pastor Jonathan Everett, NOLA Love Rally tomorrow, September 20th, 2024, on the campus of Xavier University at the Louisiana Convocation Center, starting at 10 a.m. If you're just hearing about it right now, unfortunately, you're too late. But you can read about the press. You can see all the coverage because I know something of this magnitude will be covered across the board. And we'll be talking about it right here on WBOK and the Front Porch. That was great, though,
That
man.
was
I think it's
wonderful.
gonna
And
be
they
huge.
tapped a whole lot of local talent and local professionals. Our very own Cleveland Spears will be included as special guest. Tanya Boyd Cannon as well. Melissa McClendon.
New Orleans. I know I can't do no Tanya, boy. That's my people, though.
Yes.
Shouts out.
MTH, M-Line, Dr. Cheryl Haydell, Casey Ferran, Shay O'Connor, Sharice Gibson, Gina Swanson, BJ Sokol, DJ Rari, High Sizzle, and DJ Raj Smooth. So we do have some national recognizable names that are coming in. Also, Ricky Smiley will be a special guest as well. But I want to make sure that, the examples, when they go back to their home spaces, they still have anchors here to inspire as well. So shout out to Inspire NOLA for bringing NOLA Love Student Rally through on tomorrow.
And it's going to be it's going to be great because of the involvement of the people who it's being done for.
Yes.
The kids.
Yes.
The students, the young people who have been tasked to do this thing.
Yes.
And obviously are doing it with a lot of passion and with a lot of love and with a lot of heartfelt feelings because it is huge, it is growing, and it's going to be very nice. You can't get a ticket.
No, you can't get a ticket.
$4,500.
The wonderful thing about it is that the students are the ones who set the stage for it, because oftentimes when people are speaking to children but not considering the children have their own minds and want to be influenced by the people that they connect to, the fact that it was student driven is going to make it even more powerful.
It's going to be huge.
That's wonderful.
It really is. So you will hear more about it, again, if you don't have a ticket. But, we might have a couple of people on there that's going to call us and tell us, hey, man, this is what's happening right now. You never know. You got to listen to the Front Porch, man.
You never know.
Because it's Free Your Mind Friday tomorrow. You think anything might happen. You just never know. 504-582-9422.
Yeah.
What's happening,
Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me, where in the world is
Cam San Diego?
Steal their
Cam San Diego.
Yeah, that makes me dance.
Where in the world is Cam San Diego? In L.A. you
That's
doing,
so
Cam?
cute. I am fine. Thank you. How's everybody doing?
Oh,
We're
doing great,
well.
Nola. Doing great.
We're on a high. I mean, we're talking about Nola Love, and
I
we got
know.
some
I
good
wish I could be
juju
there
this
for that.
morning.
That's gonna be amazing.
It
I'm
is.
gonna text my nephew and see if he's going, and then have him report back.
There you go. There you go.
Tell me all about it, because I want to hear. That sounds like an amazing event, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Oh,
great
yeah.
way to get their minds going.
That's right. And just
positive,
let them know.
you know,
Talk.
positive.
Yeah. There's another way.
There is another way.
There is another way.
I've been listening to the music this morning, and it's been, quite relaxing.
It has.
So I think we're on a spa getaway.
Spa getaway.
Cheers. Spa getaway.
That was a good.
That's
really
a good one,
good
though.
answer.
I
like how you're
use that.
thinking.
Oh, I'm taking you to put it on my mind.
Now that I'm rehearing the music, I'm feeling like I need my plush robe with the pockets in my slippers as I go from one treatment room to the next. So yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
Kind of
That's right.
I like your thinking.
Yes, indeed. We're going to make it
All
happen,
right.
darling, although that's not where we're going.
That's not where we're going.
But
I know. Okay.
I think it might be where I'm going.
I know. That's where I'm going soon.
Yeah, you done put it on my mind, Cam. Listen, I'm
Yeah.
smelling the incense and hearing the little flutes and
I hear the
stuff right
water.
now. I
The
love
water.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep listening.
Keep
I have
listening,
a
dog.
couple of other choices, but I need some more clues.
All right. Keep listening.
Well, keep
All right.
listening.
All right, Cam.
Bye-bye.
Where in the world?
You like that, huh?
I do. I do. I like the way y'all be thinking, man. I like the way y'all be thinking. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. 504-582-9422. Travel Thursday. Hello, Elwin.
Hello, Braylon Brian Banks.
How you doing, Elwin?
I want you to predict the Saints score.
Hello,
today.
Elwin.
Say what?
Hello, Elwin.
Hello, Kim.
Okay.
How
Don't be
you
rude.
doing today, Kim?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
You had not even
I know you're
spoken
doing.
to
I
Kim.
know you're doing better than him.
Well,
I'm doing good, and I went to the doctor this morning, so she might not, but I might be doing
he
better.
better than me, right?
Nah. Go run tell that.
Well, the kind of doctor I know you went to, it must be the neighborhood doctor that dropped them things off.
Sometime. That ain't where I went this morning, but I know that particular gentleman. I ain't
Lord.
scared. You can't scare me with a good time, son.
My goodness.
So what you got, man? You want to take a guess on this Travel Thursday as to where we head? Because we right up on the break.
Yeah, I want to take a guess. Say we're going to New York.
New York City.
City.
New York City. Skyscrapers and things. Say, Slick, want me $5?
Give me the usual.
How do you remember the intro for Just Enough for the City? I don't understand how you remember
For breaking
that.
the crime, 10 years.
My goodness. I don't understand how you know that. All I know is the words.
His feet are hard and gritty.
Yes,
all
I
that,
know
yeah.
the words, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
know the intro and the
Because
vignettes
that's
in
how
between.
he got caught. He was an old country boy. Went up there, got slicked out, wound up with 10 days, got a dime, and wound up on the streets of New York. Welcome to the big city, guys.
Mm-hmm.
The Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We got to take this quick break, and we're going to see y'all on the other side of it. Call back Easy Elwin E. Squeezy Q. Hey, everybody, it's Graylin Brian Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the Front Porch, y'all. You know how we do every Monday. It's Movie Monday.
And Tuesday is Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
Good morning and happy Thursday. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU, and here's a look at what's making headlines today. Tyrell Morris, the former Orleans Parish 911 call center director, will be back in court today for a motion hearing. Morris faces multiple charges, including the altering of public records and malfeasance in office. Today's hearing is expected to lay out more evidence and potentially give us an idea of who will testify in the case. That hearing is scheduled for 9 a.m. Then a New Orleans businessman accused in a 2019 art fraud scheme at Magnolia Mansion is set to be sentenced at 10 a.m. Fawad Zeton pleaded guilty to wire fraud. Court documents allege he worked with a New Orleans police officer to file a false report with his homeowner's insurance, claiming valuable paintings were taken from his home, but that artwork was never stolen and later found at Zeton's bed and breakfast in the Lower Garden District. Today, the New Orleans City Council is set to discuss funding the Sewerage and Water Board's new West Power Complex. It is one of the city's top infrastructure priorities because it could help reduce the number of boil water advisories and street flooding events in New Orleans. And finally, NOLA Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Avis Williams is set to deliver her State of the District address this afternoon. We're told she will outline the district's strategic plan going forward as well as progress made during last school year. Her remarks are happening at 3:30 p.m. And that's today's headlines. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU. Have a great day.
Discover the Leah Chase School, NOLA Public Schools' first new direct-run traditional public school in nearly 2 decades. We offer excellence in math, science, English, and social studies, focusing on unlocking every child's potential. Every scholar receives a personal device, regular assessments, clear family communication, as well as transportation services in a nurturing, arts-inclusive environment. Secure your child's K through 5th grade slot today. Apply at enrollnolaps.com and embark upon a unique educational journey.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
Sunday mornings are reserved for a good word on WBOK. This Sunday, be sure to catch Dr. Kevin Stevens Sr., the pastor of Christian Unity Church, for service and a powerful, full, inspiring word. Listen live every Sunday morning right here on WBOK.
WBOK and LCMC Health are proud to present the Keeping You Well Cafe, 60 minutes of LCMC Health, where doctors speak directly to the people of New Orleans. LCMC Health is committed to improving the quality of health care in the New Orleans area, the Gulf South, and beyond. The Keeping You Well Cafe is another way for LCMC Health to engage with the community. Over the next few months, LCMC Health will join WBOK and local businesses to answer your health and wellness questions. Through this partnership, LCMC Health will provide resources to the community, including subject matter experts from the hospitals that will share expertise on health concerns and wellness practices to help you live your best life. Tune in to WBOK during the last hour of the reality check, or catch us at lcmchealth.org and follow us on social media.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, an on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Let's go, Black.
I put my hand up on her hip, then she did.
Girl, follow me. Count it off, baby. 1, 2, 3. Your body all over me. So put your hands on my shoulders, girl. Don't trip.
WBOK 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass, yo, right here on this Travel Thursday. Yeah, that's another one. When they make that sound and when that tongue makes an appearance, that's when you know you got a banger on your hand. That's when you know. That's when the song hit. First thing, that arms go up, head go down, tongue comes out. You got a winner. If you get them three things happening, you got a winner.
If you are getting polite two-step, or
it's nice,
you know, right?
It's nice.
But,
There's no knock on it.
But it's not good
but
to you.
If that hands up, head down, tongue out, that's you got a winner, baby. You got a bang on your head. And what you just heard right there, not the first one.
No, not the first
Josh
one.
said we're going to a Japanese HBCU.
I can't stand The first song was for traveling.
The first song was for traveling. The second song was to introduce our guests.
My goodness.
Yeah, but yeah, we got to make sure. Maybe next time we'll do a little bigger break in between the songs.
A demarcation.
Not to cause any confusion. Because right now, joining us on the Front Porch live and in living color here in the studio is the man himself, the one responsible, along with Cupid, for that song. Welcome, 504 Detroit.
Good morning, man. How y'all doing?
We good, baby. How you doing?
I ain't doing no complaint. We on the porch.
Yes, sir.
We on the porch.
Yes, sir. You already know. 504 Detroit, we dipping. Your collaboration with Cupid.
Yeah.
How that come about, man? But wait a minute, you know, I'm wrong.
Yes,
I'm wrong.
rewind.
I'm banging the song, still banging. I still you tongue out your mouth.
We were partying here.
We was getting down with the song,
was beating, and he was stepping on the other side. We was partying here.
It was a good time. But before we start talking about, we forgot our manners. 504 Detroit.
Yes.
Your name is Detroit Brooks Jr.
Right.
Yes, sir. Your father has sat in that chair, and we have talked to him. And I want you to tell us a little bit about Detroit Brooks Jr., 504 Detroit, and your journey up to this point that got us to where this collaboration that we was just dipping in, Kimber Tongue came out to we dip it. Bring us from point A to right now, brother.
All right. Well, you know, like you said, you know, I come from a family of musicians.
You come out. You know we're going to talk about that.
You know.
Very yes, indeed.
And I started as a kid, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was signed to Mr. Magic, and I had my journey of being in that lane. And then my first single kind of that took off in the city was Body Go Bop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was probably 2008, 2009. Since then, we just been dropping a lot of music. But I kind of got I had a little moment that got sick. So about a year I took off.
Okay.
And I started on this record around that time, but I kind of sat back off it.
Okay.
So maybe about 5 months ago, I'm like, you know what? I think I need to drop this record again, put some new bass line to it, but I'm gonna get a big feature. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
So the first week I sent it out to Cube, he was like, man, I need to get on it right now.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yes,
So
sir.
it took maybe 3 days, Brian. He was like, look, I'm sending it back to you right now.
Wow.
And it you know.
And the rest is what we just heard.
The rest is what we just heard. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
indeed.
So, you know, I've been putting out music for years and
I'm
years
about to
and
say,
years.
man, 08, man, that puts you OG in the game,
Yeah,
bro. You
man,
don't, you know, you still look like a teenager.
Yeah,
you
you
look
know.
like, but you got years in the game,
Yeah,
man.
man. My first album was Doing Me. And my single was Wish the Best for You. And I sold like 15,000 copies independently off that record.
No,
And
15,000 is.
and that was that was when we were selling CDs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So shout out to Peaches and Miss Peaches and them kind of helped blow me then. And once I dropped Body Go Bop, Atlantic called me.
Okay.
So I worked with them for a little minute and doing some writing here and writing there. You know, that was my niche, songwriting. A lot,
Songwriting.
you know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? So I
Yeah.
work with every artist in the city. You know, I got singles out with everybody.
Right.
Okay.
And then,
And
like
we're
I
gonna
said,
talk more about that because we always talk about that side of the industry, and I always say if you really want to have longevity and make some money, the songwriting side,
Correct. Is where the money
that's
is.
powerful. That's money when you sleep.
Yeah.
right.
That's money when that's yeah. We're gonna
Exactly.
talk more about that.
And you know, so like I said, that's when I came back with this record, and it's just like it's a timing thing. Like you said, I'm an OG in the game, so I felt like I needed something to give the bring it up a notch to the older crowd
Yeah.
too at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And that's what made me and Cube do this record right here, and it's working, bro. It's been taking off.
And it definitely has the elements of like when you hear when you hear that that's the tongue is gonna come out for that.
If your music is right, If your music is right, then this gonna happen. This and you know what I want to say too. I love the fact that we had to check when the producer came in and said, "Bro, anything explicit?
Yeah.
Is this the clean version? Is it?" And your look was like, "There's
No,
only
it's
one
fine.
version."
And
Right.
And there
and
never
it's
was. And I
clean.
love the
Yeah.
way you said that. We did. This was a song for radio play. This was a song that you say for old heads, for people out at the park, at the picnic, and different stuff like that. Where there are grandparents and grandkids.
Can all listen.
Everybody can listen to it.
Exactly.
That's
bro.
that's a beautiful thing. That's a
Exactly,
beautiful
bro.
thing.
That's why we kind of went with that direction. And like, you know, me being an R&B artist, I don't make too much explicit music anyway.
To
You know, I
begin
do
with.
more singing. You know what I'm saying? Great music, trying to focus on great music that feel good, like you're saying.
Right.
So, you know, it ain't too many times you're going to have a dirty version of music coming from me like that anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. That's a beautiful thing, man. Now, I want to go back to what we started talking about. We're talking to 504 Detroit, whose new single, We Dippin', is his collaboration with Cupid.
Yes.
And he's out of the country because he like to be on the front porch, too.
You know it.
We'll get him back whenever he get
You
back
know
to
it.
these shows and talk about it. But this one came, I wanted to talk about your songwriting because I talk about that side of the industry all the time, man. And when you've got that creative part in you, that part that can see a situation and put it to music,
right?
That's a gift.
Right.
That's a gift. And when you can do that and give it to somebody, I'd like to know when you wrote something and gave it to somebody to do, what was the best reaction that you've had from somebody who you wrote a song and gave them and saw them react to the lyrics that you've written?
I was working with Atlantic for a minute, so I wrote a record. It didn't make the album, but I got great responses from Beyonce.
Okay.
And I think this timing was a kind of off.
Timing, yeah,
You know, that's
yeah.
how the game go. But I was excited that they sent me records for, you know, Trey Songz, Beyonce, Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? I was working with Ty Dolla when he was just trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? Master P daughter, Symphonique.
Okay.
I wrote her last single. You know what I'm saying? So I like writing for men, females. It all depends on who I'm working with, where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
and see, that's the thing about that is when I hear you say you getting called. See, that's work. That's just, you're not waiting for a gig. You're not waiting and then somebody to book you or get a tour or something like that. Even though you might be working on a tour or to get out, at the same time, you still working.
Exactly.
You still working. And that's
the
what I
key.
tell youngsters, man, that's money. You're not writing for nothing.
Right.
That's money.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the key to it. And a lot of the big artists that people don't know do that. I mean, establish themselves from songwriting. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists establish themselves from songwriting, might put out an album or two, and that's it.
Yeah. Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? But
Because the publishing pays.
exactly.
Long term.
The publishing is the touring. It makes money. It makes a lot of money in one particular space. But if like money, and I'm not doing anything for that particular that particular song, you
Right.
still getting royalties. The payments continue.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, you got this one that has dropped. Do you see more collabs with Cupid in the future? You guys going to do something? You going to
I
drop a
think we're
whole
gonna do
album?
something
Or what's that?
I think we're gonna do something else. This one feeling real good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this one more on the New Orleans side. The producer is black.
Okay.
Black and Mild. You know he did.
Yeah. Yes.
So, I might go on his side on the next one.
Okay.
And get his producers from his side, and we go on Cupid tempo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
You were right in it because this time it was the other way.
It was the other way.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So I would love to do that and keep working. Just whatever comes, I'll be with it.
You open to it?
I'm open to it.
See, that's the idea, that versatility, man. When you say you can write, I love the idea that you say you can write for men and women because the lyrics ain't got no gender.
Right.
Feelings ain't got. If you love, it's love.
It's love.
And heartbreak is heartbreak.
It
on
is.
either side of the table.
Yep.
It don't
So
have to
when
do
you
with
could
color
write,
or
nothing to do-
gender.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. And when that's a skill, man, and I really think that a lot more young people should try to cultivate.
Right.
Because it's just that you got so many people that write lyrics and write poetry and write rap.
Right.
It's a step away
It's a step away.
from songwriting.
Yep. And you can't limit yourself to a genre when you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
You have to be able to jump genres to be a true songwriter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh,
And-
absolutely.
And write for a pop artist just like you writing for a hip hop R&B artist.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like you go back to my pops, that's what his first love was also.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
a songwriter before
he
performing.
started. That's
yeah.
right. That's
he
right.
used to love just the songwrite, give them to my auntie and them to perform. That
Yeah.
was more of what he
Yeah.
was dreaming to do. So,
That ain't he's speaking of is the late great Juanita Brooks, just
Right.
in case y'all.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man, the Brooks family. That's another thing that is that's so New Orleans. That's so New Orleans. You come from that line and you're still in it, but it's yours.
Yeah.
The music is the common denominator, but the type, style, and the way you do it, that belongs to you. But that common denominator that comes from being a Brooks, that's pretty
strong.
powerful too. Yeah,
No
that's
doubt.
strong
No
too.
doubt. No
Yes,
doubt.
indeed. You ever work with your dad?
Yeah, I did. I performed a few of his records for him.
How
You
was
know what
that?
I'm saying? It was sweet.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
That's
So,
all right.
in addition to songwriting, are you also a musician since your family are all musicians
Yes.
and singers?
I started on drums.
Okay.
And then my big cousin was Magic.
Yes.
So
yes.
our generation kind of took a hip hop-ish more era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we was like maybe the first generation to get away from jazz or strictly instruments.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I started off as a drummer.
Okay.
And I still can play.
Mm-hmm.
So and like I said, I got more off into the hip hop songwriting.
But the drumming it laid the foundation for the beats to be able to layer all of those different pieces of songs and knowing where in rhythm that they fit. The
Right.
drums would have given you, it would have set you perfectly to
No
be
doubt.
able to navigate that
Syncopation.
music. Yeah, to navigate that music. Is there a process to your songwriting that like you need to write a song for somebody? Is there a process that you go into for your writing?
Honestly, it's not. I like to record off the moment.
Okay.
I have a studio at home, so if you give me something or call me like, yo, I need this done, I'm going in there,
then
put the beat on, and the first thing come to my soul is where I start.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep that, and then I'll build off of that.
Okay.
That's kind of how I record. I like to not overthink it and think and kind of keep
That
some of the
freshness,
first
that
up.
spontaneousness. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great insight into
pretty
your
cool.
process, man. Now, you got music already out, and you're going to have music coming out. We Dipping is available where? Everywhere?
Everywhere.
It's
Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your music at, is available.
504 Detroit featuring Cupid?
Yes, sir.
All right. How can folks follow you? I know you got to have some social media presence or a website or something like
Yes,
that.
sir.
If folks
You
want
can
to
follow
find
me
out.
at that boy, DATBOY Detroit. That's Instagram. Illstar Studios on TikTok. www.504detroit.com is my website. And
Illstar is your production company?
right. That's the company I put out my youngsters under, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I was going to ask you too. We were just talking about mentorship. We're
Yes.
talking about this whole thing.
Right.
You say, I put out my youngsters. You give back too. You work with kids.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that before we get out of here.
I love to work with kids also. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And especially when I see something you have there that's just right there. You know, a lot of the kids, they think they want to do it, and then you got 3 months out of them, and then they realize there's something serious, and then you had those kids that's just a natural.
Yes.
When they're natural, you know, I love working with that.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about trying to do a lot more with the youngsters, because that's important, because coming from our era, we didn't get that push like that.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of had to struggle to find out where everything is.
Right.
It wasn't just a phone call or a management team, and I'd be more like the management team for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And give them insight without a charge. You know what I mean? And that's what's important for the youngsters, is being somebody who want to see you go without a charge. You know what I'm saying?
504 Detroit. We dipping. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
joining
sir.
us
I appreciate
right here
y'all,
on the
man. I
Front Porch
appreciate
all
y'all.
day, man. We're going to play some more of this music going out. And it's going to probably be around because we kind of like it a little.
I appreciate that.
All right. All the best to you, my friend. And they got an open invitation. If you got anything coming up, especially you and them kids, when you start doing that, come on back and holler at us and we'll make it out.
I appreciate it, man. I'll be back.
Yes, sir. It's the Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to let this play. Want to see y'all on the other side of the break. We dipping.
Girl, the way you be dipping it, I think you're trying to turn it on. And I can watch you dip your mind.
Chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Hello, WBOK listening audience. This is Pastor Robert Tanner of the Community Church of River Ridge, Louisiana, inviting you to tune in to our Sunday morning broadcast at 10 a.m. every Sunday morning right here on WBOK 1230 AM. That's Community Church with Pastor Robert Tanner every Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on WBOK 1230.
Friends of Joe W. Brown Park and New Orleans East Matters announces the 3rd annual NOLA East Festival, Building Bridges to a Better Future, this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Joe Brown Park, 5601 Reed Boulevard. There'll be plenty of entertainment, vendors, great food, family fun, and amusements. Come out and enjoy the fun. We'll see you there.
Delgado Community College offers programs in business, technology, health sciences, and the arts, with over 100 career-focused degrees and certificates that are affordable, flexible, and transferable. We can give you the knowledge and skills to succeed. Delgado is a great fit if you're starting your post-high school education, or we can help you advance or change your career. Take a step toward being unstoppable at Delgado Community College. Visit dcc.edu to learn more today.
Welcome to Liberty Bank and Trust, where your financial journey transforms communities. Since 1972, our customized banking solutions power your dreams and fuel your community growth. Every dollar you invest with us circles back to empower more people, ensuring opportunities for generations. Join us at Liberty Bank. Together, we empower possibility. Visit libertybank.net to start banking with purpose. Liberty Bank, there's freedom here.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon to What's Growing New Orleans, hosted by Angel Vanderpool. What's Growing New Orleans is a weekly conversation about developing and growing Black businesses throughout the region. Brought to you by the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Brian Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimberway Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass, bringing it to you right here, y'all. On this Travel Thursday, where we headed, man?
Where are we going, y'all?
Where we going? Y'all ain't called 504-582-9422. Great interview. We saw y'all out there bopping too.
Yeah.
With We Dipping.
Now, listen, this is another thing I want to call your attention to.
Mhm.
Now, in polite spaces, the hands go up and the tongue go out, but you know, there's another move that people do when they like music like that.
When they really like it. When they really like
there's
it.
another move that, you know,
But
in certain spaces you don't necessarily break out, but no, you think in it. I promise.
if you are an artist, musical artist, and you have an offering for the public that consists of several folks from New Orleans, Louisiana, then if you want to determine whether or not your particular latest song output is in fact a banger, play it and watch for protruding tongues. If you do not
Or
have,
protruding derrieres.
not that's a given. But most of the time,
that's what's going to if when that tongue come out. And I will show you if it is a brass band song.
Oh.
If it is a second line song, what you look for is the severity of the horseshoe in the mouth. That is what tells you how funky that particular song is.
I feel it in my spirit.
And for those of you who say, whatever I'm talking about, a horseshoe in their mouth. Yeah. If you are ever privileged to be at a second line parade and you see somebody doing it right, 9 times out of 10 they gonna have a horseshoe in their mouth.
Yes. To the point that if you're not from here, you might ask them if they're okay.
If they're okay.
Are you
if they're
okay?
angry
Are
about
you upset?
something. And
No.
they're not.
Mm-mm.
Matter of fact,
not at all.
they having more fun than the law allows.
For sure.
They are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. Believe me when I tell you they are having a natural ball and nothing is wrong. God is in his heaven and all is right with the world.
For sure.
When you are in the midst of that particular good time, baby, that is a good time for the ages.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
What?
Oh, Mark said he tried to. I'm tired, boss. Man, don't you get around there and don't be having nowhere to go 5 days a week and have Mrs. Mark calling up talking about he ain't got nowhere to go because he was listening
all
to.
He is doing is laying around
mister,
listening to this show.
No, boss.
Figure it out. Work it out.
Get it done. And
Mm-hmm.
listen, you can always catch us on reruns.
Yes, you can.
You see what I'm saying?
We
you
are
can
available.
always catch us. We are always available. You know, we like Bourbon Street. We don't close.
Oh, geez.
We don't close.
I need Bourbon Streets to close for like 3 straight days, and they just spray a
Febreze?
mixture. No. That they spray industrial bleach and ammonia. First day bleach, second day ammonia, third day what's something that's heavy that's a cleaner?
Acid?
Maybe.
No, you got it. That you
I
would lose
need
all the people who come to the quarter because they come. That's part of the ambiance. That's part of the ambiance.
It's just hot and sweaty.
Oh, it's definitely in the summer.
Hot and sweaty, gross.
It's definitely in the summer.
Even
go when it
if
get
it's
cold.
in the winter, you still can smell
Oh,
it.
you can. No, I told you that's part of the ambiance. They actually spray that urine scent in the air so people can get it. You understand? People come
Whoever
here looking
told y'all
for
to
that.
do that, stop.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what they come now.
Whoever told y'all to do that, you can stop. You don't want it.
504-582-9422. Travel Thursday. Where we headed? Hey, Pamela, what's happening?
Good morning, Front Porch. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good morning.
How are y'all doing?
Doing
good,
well,
love.
thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. Praise God.
Amen.
Ooh, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day. And to hear your beautiful voices just gets me off.
All right.
To start.
That's all right.
Well, I'm just, I enjoyed that last guest. Oh, I love that dip song. That's really, really good.
We
That's
dipping.
about. We dipping. It's about
504 Detroit.
Yeah, so I don't know where we're going, but I'm just going to take a crazy guess. What was said already?
The Spa.
The Spa. New York City. That was Elwin.
Japan.
Somebody else said Japan.
Somebody said Japan.
And I think that was it. I think we only had 3 guesses.
Because we've had a lot of company this morning.
Okay, well, I'm just going to take a little guess. Are we going to Tokyo? What?
Lord have mercy. I didn't want it. There she go. Y'all said that lady told y'all she gets off. When y'all she said that was her quote. That lady said, I love listening to y'all. I get off listening. And now you done got the bear. Oh, girl, go smoke you a cigarette and call us back. Go smoke you a cigarette and call us back.
I cannot. Congratulations.
No, Mark, she didn't say my voice gets her off. See, there you
go.
Thank y'all.
All right,
You're
fam.
welcome.
Thank you, love. Take care. We are in Tokyo,
Tokyo,
which is a city in Japan.
Yes.
Tokyo.
Yes.
That's where we are.
Yeah,
Mark, boy, you dirty. Yeah.
The front porch is uncontrollable.
Mark said, girl, and she said your voice gets her off. That's not
what
true.
she said.
It's not that I've never heard that.
Oh, Lord.
But she didn't say that.
Oh, Lord. Have
Please
mercy.
understand. I'm no stranger to this. I'm not a child in the game. I've been around for a minute or two. You heard, man.
Lord have mercy.
It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
Too many days long.
Stick and stay, y'all. Don't go nowhere. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK 1230 AM, Go, and Equity Media Station.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. About 20 people have been killed and hundreds injured in Lebanon from exploding walkie-talkies. The attacks came just a day after at least a dozen people in Lebanon were killed by exploding pagers belonging to Hezbollah. Election Day is 47 days away as the candidates hit the campaign trail. Former President Trump is attending an event on fighting anti-Semitism. Vice President Harris will speak during a live streaming rally event in Detroit, Michigan with African-American media mogul Oprah Winfrey. Kentucky authorities say they found the body of the alleged I-75 shooter. Officials on Wednesday said that they found a body they believe is that of 32-year-old Joseph Couch, not far from where the shootings occurred. Couch allegedly shot 5 people who were traveling down I-75. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans. Celebrating hardworking teachers of New Orleans Public Schools is what we do best. Join New Schools for New Orleans, Allstate, Sugar Bowl, and Integer New Orleans in recognizing and celebrating the Teachers of the Year at our 3rd annual New Orleans Excellence in Teaching Awards Gala. If you want to check out the awardees and the schools where they teach at, please visit Noeta, Noeta.org. You can also purchase tickets to the gala via the website too. Let's send these teachers some love for all the hard work they do with our students.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Alright, we
furious and fast, supersonic like JJ Fatten. We ride till the wheels will fly, can't beat that with a baseball bat.
空が遠さまでもいいぜ即歳よインターセプターして国際的犯罪は万歳ほらハンザーファレルがボムトストをどん出す今夜の4 boys from far east coast どうさせ私のゴーストは
ドキドキですヒートアイランド飛び飛びで燃える用紙でぼちぼちね玉ねぎで誘うこっちこっちへヒートアップで通りそう街中滑って乗り込むめっちゃか
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree.
Brother Nyron, Brother Jared, on the other side of the glass. Sometimes still, sometimes mobile. You just never know.
He's
Thank
drifting.
you. Sometimes.
He's drifting like Tokyo
Drift.
Oh my
there you
God.
go, in the office chair.
In the office chair, yes.
Gotta love it. Thank
My
you all for
goodness.
joining us and sticking with us as we roll into this third and final hour of today's episode of The Front Porch. Coming to you from the historic campus of Xavier University from our studios right here at the foot of the overpass on South Norman C. Francis Parkway. www.wbok1230.com is the number or the address where you can find us. So give us a call, 504-582-9422. That's the number where you could call.
Gerald Bastian, Tokyo was not guest after the second song. It was Japan that was guest.
Yeah.
The place that we were traveling to is Tokyo.
No, it
Yes.
wasn't. You got
It wasn't. It wasn't guest after the second.
Because if that's the case, you can say, is it Earth?
Yeah. Or we in Louisiana. No, we are New Orleans. We are New Orleans, not Louisiana. Not the same. Yes.
But no, you got to be Pacific on the front porch when we'll be going somewhere.
And Japan is close to the Pacific Island. It's off the Pacific Ocean over there, right?
That's very Pacific.
Yes, there you go.
There you go. 504-582-9422. Where you at, Brother Corey?
What's going on, Grelly?
It's all good, baby. How you?
Tokyo. Hey, I give you a similarity between New Orleans and Tokyo. And I'm going to say it in the
Not
jazz
man, true, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to say in the jazz man voice. Wow. Right? And the greeting is konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. So when you meet a Japanese person, say konnichiwa.
Yeah, what
you know what I'm saying? For real. And one more thing, right? And you're absolutely right. You know, it don't matter what color you are, no matter what shade who you think you are, what matter part of the country or world you're from, it's all how you come approach me. Approach you, right? So we treat everybody the same, no matter what they are, or who they are. I don't care if you high on the street or you high in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to treat everyone just the same. Because the Spirit of God put you from my face for a reason. And one more thing, bro. Do you think, I had no problem with Charlamagne. I had a problem with nobody from out of this world. But only New Orleans people can speak to our New Orleans children. peace and love with that, man.
Right on. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. But see, the thing about it is the kids picked.
Mm-hmm.
That was their choice.
Yep.
And that's what the beautiful part about it is. It's not let us show you. It's how can we come together to learn from each other? Tell us what you want to need. As the adults, we'll do the logistics. We'll get the place. We'll get the funding. We'll get the finances. But you all, as the target audience,
correct,
tell us
if we say it's for you.
What you would like us to do so you can reach your peers. That's the beautiful part about it, man. That's what I liked about it. That equal input came from the target audience that you are trying to reach. Because who better to tell you what we'd like to hear than the people who you are asking what you'd like to hear? That's just me.
I'm going to cook your favorite meal. Okay. What you cooking? Duck? That's not my favorite meal. But that is your favorite meal. I'm going to tell you what it is you like. That don't make no sense. If you're doing it for me, the best thing to do is ask me what I want.
What I want.
There you go.
What I want. Now, earlier, when we were talking about y'all getting puffed out, and there was a question as to what else is in the news that we could talk about, I just wanted to tell you. And I mentioned the article or the paper that the vice presidential running mate on the former Republican Party, J.D. Vance, is this iteration. It's the name he's going by right now.
Bowman.
He, in 2016, no, I'm sorry, in 2012, when he was a law student at Yale, he wrote a critical article about the Republican Party's stance on immigration and its approach to minorities. In it, he went as far as to accuse the GOP of alienating key demographics such as blacks, Latinos, and young voters, describing the party as, and I quote, openly hostile to non-whites. Brad Nelson, one of his college professors, revealed to CNN that the vice presidential candidate asked him to delete the article in 2016 so that he would have an easier time getting a job in Republican politics. The article was titled A Blueprint for the GIP, and it remains viewable on the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine. Y'all remember the Wayback Machine?
I do not.
You remember the dog and the professor. It was the Wayback. It was Fractured Fairy Tales. Peabody. Was it Peabody?
With the glasses
and the
dog
white dog.
with
the white dog. Yeah. That's what they had. They had the Wayback Machine, and because he'd be Sherman. Sherman.
Okay.
I don't know, his stuff be up there. Sherman.
Alrighty.
And Mr. Peabody, right? And when Mr. Peabody would be telling Sherman something about, say, the dinosaurs, right? He'd say, well, come on, Sherman,
and then
let's get in the Wayback Machine, and then they'd go back to the past.
Okay.
Man. Okay, thank you, Brain.
How did you remember that? I don't know.
You got this. A surprise to me, too. We are quoting, a significant part of the Republican immigration policy centers on the possibility of deporting 12 million people or, quote, parentheses, self-deporting them, Vance wrote. Think about it. We conservatives rightly mistrust the government to efficiently administer business loans and regulate our food supply, yet we allegedly believe that it can deport millions of unregistered aliens. The notion fails to pass the laugh test. The same can be said for too much of the party's platforms. Now, that was what he wrote. Now, last month he said, I think it's interesting that people focus on, well, how do you deport 18 million people? Let's start with 1 million. That's where Kamala Harris failed, and then we can go from there. See how that changed?
So, again, especially for black people who are like, I'm voting for Donald Trump, when they decide to deport people to wherever they're going to deport them, for starters, how do you distinguish between the people who are citizens and the people who are immigrants that are here on temporary work?
Oh, the citizens brown?
That's what I'm saying.
Go too.
That's what I'm saying.
They go two.
This is
They go two.
This is cleansing. This is the cleansing of, like Donald Trump said, she's allowing the blood of America to be tainted.
Yeah, that's
What does that mean for
straight from
y'all? What
Straight
does
from
that
Hitler.
mean for y'all? How they gonna discriminate? How are they gonna decide? Okay, you're black, you look the same. Y'all all gotta go. And how they gonna bring you to the right places if they send you anyway?
Especially if since the whole board of directors of Ancestry DNA
Has
now,
all resigned. They have all resigned. So like make this make sense for to me. If you're on that bandwagon, how are they going to define who goes and who doesn't? Especially for it's a mass deportation. Remember the mass trip that was taken to come over here? Y'all tripping.
Vance also said in that article that Republicans, and this is a quote, Republicans lose minority voters for simple and obvious reasons. Their policy proposals are tired, unoriginal, or openly hostile to non-whites, J.D. Vance wrote. And now, he's J.D. Vance now. This was then, but this is where he is now. This was on Meet the Press Sunday. They asked him about his shift in his stance. And what he said was, the reason that I changed my mind on Donald Trump is actually perfectly highlighted by what's going on in Springfield. They're eating the dogs. That's the Springfield they're talking about. He didn't say that. That's me just to give you a reminder of what Springfield we talked about.
He made that story up. He has also said that he made the story up. So again, if I have to make up the stories to call the Americans' attention to it, sir,
right? That's what he said.
You have just said openly out your face, you made this up.
I'm lying. Because the media and the Kamala Harris campaign, they've been calling the residents of Springfield racist. They've been lying about them. They've been saying that they made up these reports of migrants eating geese, and they completely ignore the public health disaster that is unfolding in Springfield at this very minute. You know who hasn't ignored it? Donald Trump. So I just think it is hilarious. I was reading that also from the Latin Times from Thursday, September 19th, just in case you want to go. Pedro Camacho was the author of that article. So if you want to go and reference it, you're welcome to do so. I just think it's so funny that the vetting process was obviously so flawed. that the vetting process on that side was obviously so mishandled. That was
Junior, Don Jr.'s friend. That's really, how he got there.
Again, that makes perfect sense. Because, hey, Dad, this is my guy.
Yep.
Okay. And it was just Don Jr., your friend talked about your part like a dog.
Correct. So the call came from within the house. It be your own people. Just like these air quote attempted, I'm not even calling it assassinations. Like, they're not attempts on your life. And I feel like these are of your own design. Because it's your own people.
Yeah.
It's your own people. So, sir, please stop. And we got to turn the fire down on the divisive language. Well, you got to stop saying it. It's not so much up. You got to stop saying he's a threat to democracy. But he is.
Wait, what are they saying?
But he is. So the Republicans are saying basically that we got to turn the heat down on the divisive language. Democrats have got to stop calling Donald Trump a threat to democracy.
Wow.
Got to stop calling him a fascist. But he too has to stop saying that and doing things that confirms of such description.
I got something. How about you stop being a fascist?
Well,
then we'd stop calling.
Well,
504-582-9422. What's good, Don?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have to remember you're innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. I just want to say that. I'm not pointing at anyone. I'm saying That's what it is. You're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But when y'all was talking about, I started to guess Tokyo when I was riding home. I thought it was Tokyo, but I had it mixed up with Kung Fu Saturday, Kung Fu Theater. That's Chinese.
All right.
I understand. I understand the correlation.
But look, when J.D. Vance get to credit, we have to understand when you're in college, you argue your paper. Sometimes you argue for, sometimes you argue against. I'm gonna give any student that type of liberty to do that. You argue on both sides just for your intellectual liberal arts, your liberal education.
Okay.
You argue. So when you are a student, you have that freedom to explore those avenues.
Okay.
But when you become a professional, that is different. So J.D. Vance and anyone else has that freedom. That's what we're fighting for, that freedom to explore those arguments.
So why you think he went back and asked the people to edit it or delete it?
Well, I don't know why he would do that, because that's when he was a college student. I mean, we don't hold college students to the same standards as a professional. A professional takes an ethical oath.
He was a grad student at Yale. He was a grad student.
Equivalent of professional.
Right.
School,
He was not a professional that took an ethical oath of his position. So
he didn't have a position. He was writing about what he thought and felt about the Republican Party. It wasn't his position was written not as a knock, but as a way to try to help them by pointing out what he saw as their flaws.
Mm-hmm.
So what you said, he took this at Yale, right?
Yes, sir.
He wrote this at Yale. So it was under the guise and under the supervision of Yale and his deans and all of this.
No, sir. That was he was asked of his opinion, and he had to justify.
It wasn't an opinion. It was
yes.
a
when you make your statement, then you have to substantiate your claim. So yes, this was based on something he thought, and he found evidence, his supporting evidence to support his claim, which was his thought or opinion.
But what I'm leading to, as I said, you're innocent to prove guilty. I don't want the higher educational institutions to be polluted by people who take those positions and use it politically. We have to keep our institutions of higher learning to the degree that they explore these avenues under the supervision of a community and a learning environment. Okay,
right. Thank you for that, Don. We got to take this break, bro. We appreciate you,
convict people.
All right. The Front Porch, y'all. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
Stick and stay. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Your Power is On gospel music show is coming on at a new time. Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 AM and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
Good morning and happy Thursday. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU, and here's a look at what's making headlines today. Tyrell Morris, the former Orleans Parish 911 call center director, will be back in court today for a motion hearing. Morris faces multiple charges, including the altering of public records and malfeasance in office. Today's hearing is expected to lay out more evidence and potentially give us an idea of who will testify in the case. That hearing is scheduled for 9 a.m. Then a New Orleans businessman accused in a 2019 art fraud scheme at Magnolia Mansion is set to be sentenced at 10 a.m. Fawad Zeton pleaded guilty to wire fraud. Court documents allege he worked with a New Orleans police officer to file a false report with his homeowner's insurance, claiming valuable paintings were taken from his home, but that artwork was never stolen and later found at Zeton's bed and breakfast in the Lower Garden District. Today, the New Orleans City Council is set to discuss funding the Sewerage and Water Board's new West Power Complex. It is one of the city's top infrastructure priorities because it could help reduce the number of boil water advisories and street flooding events in New Orleans. And finally, NOLA Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Avis Williams is set to deliver her State of the District address this afternoon. We're told she will outline the district's strategic plan going forward as well as progress made during last school year. Her remarks are happening at 3:30 p.m. And that's today's headlines. I'm Morgan Lentis with WDSU. Have a great day.
Welcome back to school, families and scholars. NOLA Public Schools is excited to kick off another exciting year of learning, growth, and success. Our dedicated teachers have been preparing all summer to provide an engaging and enriching experience for every student. Let's embrace new challenges, celebrate achievements, and make this school year the best one yet. Stay connected with your school and NOLA PS by visiting our social media channels. Here's to a year filled with curiosity, creativity, and community. Attend today, achieve tomorrow.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
Friends of Joe W. Brown Park and New Orleans East Matters announces the 3rd annual NOLA East Festival, building bridges to a better future. This Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Joe Brown Park, 5601 Reed Boulevard. There'll be plenty of entertainment, vendors, great food, family fun, and amusements. Come out and enjoy the fun. We'll see you there.
It's no secret that in New Orleans, we love good food just as much as we love our community. So why not make groceries while supporting local food producers too? Crescent City Farmers Market hosts year-round, rain or shine, where you can buy the region's freshest in-season produce, dairy, meat, seafood, and more. Using SNAP benefits at our market is easy, and with Market Match, you can double your dollars. Yes, that's right. Swipe your EBT card and we'll match every SNAP dollar, doubling your grocery budget so you can purchase more fresh fruits, vegetables, and food-bearing plants. Check us out on social media and visit us at marketumbrella.org for dates and locations. See you at the market.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon to What's Growing New Orleans. Hosted by Angel Vanderpool, What's Growing New Orleans is a weekly conversation about developing and growing Black businesses throughout the region. Brought to you by the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Brother Jared on the other side of the glass, y'all. Bringing it to you right here on the front porch on this Travel Thursday as today's journeys bring us all the way to Tokyo.
Yes.
That's where we are.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That was some funky music.
And that's what I'm saying, man. We've played music by Tokyo musicians that basically covers the waterfront from hip hop, jazz, old time funk, brass band music, everything, man, everything. When we build it, they build it smaller.
You are crazy.
I'm telling you, that's what happened.
I cannot.
When we build it, they build it smaller, and the next thing you know, because there is a, I think they call the Black Bottom Brass Band.
Okay.
From Tokyo, Japan, of the Black Bottom Brass Band, and there is a guy who sings Satchmo.
Okay.
Who, when the band's playing, and they sing Bill Bailey and Wonderful World, and of course it's imitation, sincerest form of flattery. But let me tell you something, he sounds like Pop. And the band is tight.
Okay.
And they playing trad jazz. So, our music is revered, respected, and played all over the world as well it should be.
Correct.
You're welcome,
like
world,
it.
for the gift that we gave you. 504-582-9422. Hey, Jerry, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing good, baby. How you
I just
doing?
want to make a few comments. I'm worried, really. I'm worried about November the 6th, man, because a lot of stuff going on and people just can't see, man. We have some cleaning up to do, too. It's the reason Trump can compel at least half the nation to believe in him, knowing his character and everything else. It's got to be some pretty good recruiting stuff he's doing to hold on to those Christians and all that, man. I mean, we got to look at what he's doing. How is he recruiting? And they're not doing that because, well, first of all, they lie all the time, so you can't believe things they say happen the way they say. They might have fixed them up to make them be that way. Maybe that whole second assassination attempt, that might have been a play in a ploy. Who knows who's in the CIA? I don't know how many people he reached when he was in there, We taking things for granted, and we want to play fair with people who are not playing fair, and they got a think tank. Trump's not doing that by himself. They probably sit around 8 hours a day thinking on how to turn things around with lies. And we got to start realizing that and clean our own act up, too, because I think those people got some vicious things in their mind and plan for the future. And I say that because not one of those Republicans that was elected to office and still in office will say one single word about him, and they know his character real good. And that tells me something, that they scared to death, that what they know going to happen, they'll be in the crossfire, too. So this thing is serious, man. I'm concerned about it because I got some great grandkids supposed to be born in this world in a few months, man, and I want America to stay free, and I don't want us to be at war. And I really don't want those people to destroy the United States.
Amen.
That's what's going to happen if you want me to tell you the story, I'll tell it to you. If they think that it's going to ever be white control and everybody else is civilian and service type people and they control everything, that's not going to happen because of the simple fact that democratic nations are going to leave if Trump get in office. They're gone, and that means you're no longer a superpower, and that means you don't have that influence and that power and control over the rest of the world like you do now. See, these men they got a slickness and all that good stuff, but they don't have wisdom and vision, because if they did, they would envision in their mind that, okay, well, if we do this, will it work out like we think, or will it work out that way? And I'm trying to help save the whole world, innocent people who might die in this over a lie. That's something to think about, man. And they're not playing about November.
Yeah,
they're going
right.
to either win that election, they're going to either win it, or they're going to try to take it. And that's when the United States is going to come tumbling down, just like Rome did. And that's the truth.
All right, brother Jared. Thank you for that, man. We appreciate the call. Take care. Keep listening, too.
Right.
Yes, indeed, y'all. 504-582-9422 is the number. Vitally important that you exercise
check your
right.
registration and register. This is registration week.
Check. Make sure that you have not been purged.
Yes.
Make sure that your name is still on the books so that you will be able to cast your vote. Don't think that you would be immune to the shenanigans and the skullduggery that is going on to try and strip your opportunity to exercise your right to vote. It is happening all across the country. So
just check. That's the beautiful part about it. If you go check now, you've got time to straighten up if there's anything that's been made crooked. You've got time to go and see about it. But don't wait, man. Don't wait until the day before election or early voting and all that stuff is going to be a bit too late by then. Check now. If you've got older people in your family, if you've got older people in your neighborhood, you want to check and make sure that they too are still straight on the polls, then do that. That would be a very nice thing to do for you to check. If you are a part of a church organization or fraternal or sorority, then talk to them about community outreach and finding out, adopting a church, adopting, say, the Gus home, old people, where folks might not have a chance to get out. But there's so much that is necessary because, like the people who is in the race keep telling you, don't think it's over. Don't think it's even close, because the closer it gets and the more desperate they get, the more things could happen. And we are under 50 days.
Yes. Your last day to register to vote in person is October 7th. I'm sorry. So in person, local election office is the last day, October 7th. And if you're doing it online, the last day to register to vote for this upcoming election is October 15th. Absentee ballot requests. The request has to be received by November 1st by 4:30 p.m. and then return ballot by mail by November 4th, 4:30. So return ballot in person, of course, November 4th, and early voting starts October 18th.
October 18th, kids.
October 18th through October 29th is your early voting, and do it early so you're not standing in the line on the day of. Do it early.
Wanda say, I just checked my voting status. I'm good. How did you do that, Wanda? Take us through that. Give us a call, 504-582-9422 if you're available, if you can.
Yes.
Because just let us know. It sounds like because the way you wrote it, just check my voting status, I'm good. It sounds like a very simple process. And if we've got one of our Front Porch denizens, long-term listeners who has just checked, then let's share that information with the rest of the people who may want to utilize it. And again, forewarned is forearmed. So find out. All right?
Jefferson Parish sent out new voter registration cards. So
to new voters or to all voters?
No, to all voters. CJ got his card, which he registered to vote last year when he turned 18. And then they sent Kamara and I new registration cards. Nothing on it has changed from the information, but that lets me know that there's some kind of purge. Voter registration at Suno happening now.
Happening right now.
Where? What building?
Suno. Yeah, get to Suno and ask somebody at Suno where they're doing voter registration, and it's going on right now. That voice you just heard was Brother Jared.
Yes.
You understand?
Get it done today.
Get it done today. Find out. See, this is the time that you reach out to your neighbor across the street, Miss Lily, Mr. Bill, all them people. Just ask them. Miss Lily, you registered? You show you're registered? Let me check. Check and make sure they good. And if they got to go register, bring them down there. Man, it ain't going to take but an hour out of your day.
Right.
You ain't going to do nothing but miss that 2 episodes of Judge Jordan.
Oh, Lord.
That's all. That's an hour. 2 30-minute episodes.
It's
in the gym.
There you go.
It's in the gym at Suno. That's the gym, not the Bob. All right?
Where did you even pull that
Jim Bob.
from? I know, but where did you even pull that from?
James Robert, and there was so many, all them naming people. James Robert, Jim Bob. Hey, Jim Bob. So there you go. If you go out to Suno, go to the gym, not the Bob, and get yourself some information. 504-582-9422. Voter registration. Hey, Wanda.
Good morning, everyone. How you guys doing?
Doing good, darling. How are you?
I'm good. I had babysitting duties yesterday, and let me just say I got to get in shape to be a grandmother.
Oh.
You better, because they don't run out of energy. And when they do, they just stop. They just...
And she's 6 weeks old. I'm like, oh Lord.
Oh yeah, that's real grandma duty.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So I heard you when you said, "Hey, how'd you check your status?" I'm gonna try to make this as brief as possible because it is a short process. But if you're on the computer, it helps to make the process go faster.
Okay, so we're on the computer and we go where?
You're gonna go to the Louisiana Secretary of State's website.
lasos.gov.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, if you're on that home page, you're going to go to the right at the top. It's going to have a box that says search.
Okay.
Keep going.
In that box, type voter portal. Voter portal.
Okay.
All right. Once you got that in, click that little magnifying glass. You should see a page where the first entry says polling location changes.
Uh-huh.
And the next one says elections and voting.
Okay.
Click on elections and voting.
Elections and voting. All right.
Elections and voting. Now that was supposed to take you to scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
There's the box that says, "Are you a voter?"
Okay.
All right. There's a line on there that says voter registration information.
Voter registration information. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, click on that.
Uh-huh.
Now, do you see a picture of the Secretary of State and 3 bars that says search by voter, search by parish, view election results?
Yes.
Okay, go to search by voter.
Okay.
Now, you should see voter search, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're going to fill in that information.
With your name.
With all your information, your first name, your last name, your zip code, and your birth month and year.
Okay.
Now, I've done this so many times, it automatically has me in there.
Okay.
Okay? If you're there, at the top of the page, you should see your name, your party if you have one. I don't have a party.
Okay.
You should see your name, party, your parish, your ward and precinct, and the most important box, status.
Status. All right.
If you see active, you are good. If you don't, you have to do some things. And like you said, it's less than 50 days. And we also know that one of those days is a bank and city holiday.
Yes, it is. It
There's
is a state and city holiday.
There's a city holiday coming up, and you've got to take care of that as quickly as possible. Now, for those who didn't understand, I can do this again because I feel like I need to come back and do those shows I used to do when the pandemic hit, just before you knew me, Graylin.
Uh-huh.
And, I used to do political shows on Facebook just so that everybody knew what was going on.
Okay.
Because I do understand that this is important. And now that I am a grandmother and I now have to vote for yet one more person who cannot vote.
Yes, ma'am. I understand clearly. I got several of them that I'm voting for. Up to 5, I think, right now. So, and counting. But yeah, and so if you go to that Secretary of State website, and thank you for the detail bringing you through. But there's also on that front page, Go Vote, GEAUX, VOTE, and it's a hyperlink. So if you just click on Go Vote, and then they're going to ask you, are you a voter? And you want to check your voter registration information. You click on that, search by voter, type your name in, and there it is.
There you go.
I'm active. So if the election was today,
You
I
good
could
to
vote.
go.
All right?
Right.
And it's going to
check
give you
mine
all
at
your stuff.
Because I don't want no shenanigans, skullduggery, tomfoolery, and all the other foolery.
Hijinks.
You know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that, though, Wanda. You know, we appreciate you, love. We'll be in touch, all right?
No problem. And Lady Kimber?
Yes, ma'am.
Just how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for calling and sharing that information. We appreciate it.
No problem. Be at peace, y'all.
All right, love.
have a good
Take
one.
care. Bye. Yes, indeed, Joe.
Quick and easy way for you to check your voter's registration. Go ahead and do that now. Do not wait till the last minute. If you are not registered or if you have moved, you can also change that online or go in person. Do not wait until it is voting day.
All right.
Because by then it'll be too late.
Now, and in other very interesting news, Las Vegas, Nevada, a man went into a gas station, Arco gas to be Pacific, and he wants some nachos. Because, you know, some of the gas stations sell nachos.
And why you would eat nachos?
Gas station nachos.
No.
Hey, it's a staple.
It's not a good thing.
So, my man went in and he got him some nachos. I would imagine he put in the chips, and then he started to put in the cheese, which is the whole most important part for some people of the nacho experience.
Yeah.
And as he cheesed up his nachos, a worker in the store said, bro, that's too much cheese on your nacho. And so the man said, bro, I like cheese and nacho. And the dude said, you got too much cheese on your nacho. He said, I'm not taking that. Man, look, bro. He said, bro, put that down and leave out the store because you got too much cheese on your nacho. So the dude put the thing down, he left out the stove. As soon as he got about 3 steps, he realized, man, there ain't no sign up there say I ain't got to get a certain amount of cheese on it. So he went back in the store to get his nachos. The store man got a baseball bat and beat the man. The store man got a baseball bat.
For those of you who missed that the first
beat
time.
The man for excessive nacho cheese. And he told the police... He said, don't talk S to me. Now everyone gonna see this and they gonna know never to talk S to me. S meanings a fit, but not fit. Don't talk fit to me, right? That's what's in the report. He is now in the Clark County Detention Center
with a charge of
$10,000 bail, charged with attempted murder and battery with a deadly weapon. Today's lesson, kids, don't eat gas station nachos.
Because you protecting it, you need to know that it is nacho cheese.
Y'all stay with us. I'm not. See you on the other side of the break.
This is your news update for WBOK 1230 AM from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Mostly sunny skies with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. There is a small chance for afternoon showers, but the majority of us will stay dry. We'll continue our mostly dry weather leading into Friday and the weekend with highs staying into the upper 80s and the low 90s. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Start your day off right.
Just getting your day started.
Early morning gospel on WBOK 1230 AM.
Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace.
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
New Orleans, what's happening? I go by the name of Charlemagne the God, and I'm just letting y'all know that on September 20th, I will be at Xavier University, okay? Xavier University, Convocation Center from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. We're talking about my new book, Get Honest to Die. Up your calendars, tell your friends, tell your cousins. Come to the NOLA Love Rally on September 20th, Xavier University, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Convocation Center, okay? That's a Friday. Be there.
RSVP now at inspirenola.schools.org.
Every day, the RTA gets thousands of New Orleanians where they need to be. Whether you're headed downtown, the Ninth Ward, or Algiers, our buses, ferries, and iconic streetcars are going your way. Rolling with the RTA is a smart way to help you save money and the environment. Download the La Pass app today to plan your ride, get real-time arrival information, or make mobile payments. Because the RTA is how New Orleans rolls.
New Orleans Burlesque is back. The Red Light District, located on the second floor of your New Orleans headquarters by Nice Guys, presents a captivating, international, award-winning burlesque experience that will leave you breathless. Indulge in the sounds of our Grammy Award-winning quartet and exceptional food pairings each and every Saturday. To purchase tickets, visit eventbrite.com, and remember, what happens in the Red Light District stays in the Red Light District.
Hey folks, it's Dr. Shepherd. You know me. I've got something special for you. Write this number down, 504-858-4696. That number is for you if you're having hair loss issues, no matter what the issue may be. It's for an all-natural ingredient formula derived by my mom, a pharmacist, in 1971. And trust me, it works. Give us a try. You can get your hands on it right now. Call 504-858-4696.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Front Porch, WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Hey, y'all.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass, bringing a little peaceful transition to this last segment. Some lovely piano concerto music.
I feel like I should have been at the
all
bar.
the way from Japan. If you was at the bar and they was playing that, I'd really say something wrong.
At the B-A-R-R-E.
Oh, the bar. Oh, you got to say that like your ballet bar.
At the B-A-R-R-E, the ballet bar.
Yeah, because if they play that at the bar, then yeah, it's gonna be like, dude.
I feel like that would be a horror movie. Like if you like everybody's part having a good time, and then all of a sudden you hear that music, and then it's like run.
You have to tell me by the time you get there, I'm be starting my car.
Run.
Black people don't do good horror movies. Either we get killed first or we kill the monster. We don't do good horror.
I'd rather kill the monster.
Yeah. That would be my first out.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with so many of these people, they want the monster or the enemy to have such a spectacular death. You know,
No, I just want you dead.
I just see, and that's me. That's why the movie wouldn't
It would
last
be
that long.
unceremonious.
It wouldn't last that long. James Bond, we've got you strapped tight, spread eagle on this machine while this laser slowly comes up and it'll
How
split
did
you
I?
in half.
I shot him.
If I caught James Bond,
Hey, we've been looking for him. Where he at? Bam. All right. Now we know where he is.
Him
Forever.
dead.
Josh say you lost your freedom for cheese that's nachos. See how I did that, Kimber?
I like it. I like it. I love it. Thanks, Josh.
A lot of dad jokes don't just come from dads. I just want y'all to know that. I just
I already
want y'all
told
to
you
know
I am
that.
the corny person joke teller. We talked about that, like the math
Math jokes.
Yeah, math jokes. I'm definitely a person who enjoys that. Even the confused look. You don't even have to really laugh at it. You just have to. I know you're thinking about the words that I said. That for me is comedy. I am going to laugh.
I get you.
Yeah,
I understand.
Hilarious.
I do understand.
Hilarious.
I know people who've been like that forever. There was a guy who used to tell this one joke all the time. And he said, "You want to hear a dirty joke?" Yeah. A white sheep fell in the mud.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah. It was funny, time number 1. This is time number 2064. It's not that funny.
It's not that funny now.
But thank you for sharing it. And I hope you get whatever those
I'm glad that
symptoms
you
of
got to the
stroke
point that you
had.
heard it, because other people have heard it
Oh,
many
yeah.
times over. But
Oh,
yeah, when people start telling the late jokes, it's like, yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah.
But
And are you one of the people, will you let somebody finish a joke that you've heard, or will you tell them?
the delivery may make it funny.
But you know the joke. You know
Yeah.
the punchline.
Based on your storytelling, if you're telling it well, yes.
You listen.
But if you're telling it and I know that it's not going to be a well-told story, it's like, yeah, I heard that. Thanks. Thank you. I heard that. But if you're a good
How do you know
storyteller,
it's not
I'll
gonna be
listen
a
to
well-
that.
The first line, you can tell as soon as
Like,
they say something.
maybe by like the end of the first sentence.
That's
It's
the
like,
first line.
Yeah. By the end of the first sentence, maybe some other jokes, they kind of start off the same, so you might have to wait till the second sentence, because you can't, like, when people say a priest, a rabbi, and
Oh, when I was growing up, it was a black man, white man, Chinese man.
right. So you those jokes go in so many different places. You gotta let that run.
Yeah.
But like, why the chicken, stuff like that.
Why the chicken cross the road?
Yeah.
Why the chicken cross the road?
I mean, there are varying reasons, but at this point, it's not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders was after him.
Right. Like, people come up with even more creative, or so they think,
Al
endings
Copeland.
at that one. They think the endings are funnier, and it's just like,
There you go.
I could have had a V8.
That's a whole advertising campaign. You went back for that one.
I could have had a V8.
You went back for that one,
Yeah.
bro.
But
That's the one we used to say, but that's one of the worst things you could have if you've been with somebody and you're trying to find out, say, man, how that was.
I could have had a V8.
Really? I ain't never had no tomato juice that's good as the baddest. It's the worst. I just did. What's in your tomato juice,
I've said that before.
What's in your tomato?
I've said that before.
And I guess, you know what? Because you think of it's, again, all perspective. You're on the receiving end. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. You're on the receiving end, so I can see you would be, because the giver is like, he just happy. he don't care. Look, 30 seconds.
But I've heard men say that they were disappointed as well.
I've been there, but not to the point where I would have rather had a glass of tomato juice.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's never that bad.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah,
I
sure.
I could have had a V8.
You know, I've had a V8, and I've had it in a Bloody Mary.
A Bloody Mary.
I thought it was pretty decent, but even a very well-made Bloody Mary made with V8 pales in comparison to the worst episode that I have ever been involved with. I'd still rather have that than the V. And that's why I say, on the other side, you gotta put up with it. It gets in the way. You gotta And I can see why you would be, yeah, I could have had a V8. For me, nah. Nah. No, I know. Baby, I see your perspective. No, because this was not anything. I would have been rather drinking a very refreshing tomato-based drink instead of doing this. I could have did this.
Could have been doing something.
I would have done this.
Yeah.
There were very few things that would have knocked that off.
Oh, okay.
Very few things, including a damn fine meal. Very few things. Very few things. Now, afterwards, you might want to, have wished that you would have eaten the meal.
Right.
But I still wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have foregone the experience for the meal.
Not at all. Not at all. And we want to thank you guys for giving us 3 hours out of your lives that you'll never get back. And we certainly hope we've given you a little bit of something in return for the investment of your time. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimberly Dupree. Have a great day, everybody.
Brother Nyron, Brother Jared on the other side of the glass, y'all. We want to thank Charlemagne the God, Jamal McNeely, and Pastor Jonathan Everett, along with 504
Detroit with the bop.
That's right. We dipping.
Yes.
We dipping, y'all. Practice random acts of kindness. Do something nice for somebody just because it's a nice thing to do. Take care of yourselves, and we're going to see y'all on the flip. Check your registration to vote, too.
Do it today.
Vote. That's right.